I'm making the my first time tag video. I'm a Leanne Says subscriber, and she made this video a few days ago, so this is a video response to that. Do you still talk to your first love? Yes, because the first person that I ever really felt in love with was my husband when we were in high school. So, I had a first love before then, but that was it was a short relationship, and he was just an ass, and yeah, so I don't talk to him if you consider that, he was my first boyfriend. But, the first time I was really in love was with my husband, so of course I still talk to him. What was your first alcoholic drink? At a friend's house, we drank a shot or two of her parents' peach schnapps, so I guess that was my first alcoholic drink. My first job was a hostess at Fats Cafe, and when we lived in South Carolina. My first car was, I drove my dad's Chevy S10 to and from school for a few weeks, and then I totaled it. And so then I didn't have a car for a while. But so then the first car that was really mine, the car I took to college and stuff, which, yeah, and I ended up buying it for my parents and stuff, was a 2000 Dodge Neon. I need to stop saying between each question. Okay. Who was the first person to text you today? My Aunt Jill. I texted her to ask if she would watch the girls so I could go shopping for Adelaide's birthday presents. I don't know why I had trouble putting that sentence together. Probably because I was trying to not say and I don't know. It was weird. So then she texted me back to say that she would come over. So that was fun, being able to go shopping for the girls, or for Adelaide, without everybody with me. Let's see. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? Probably Adelaide, because I woke up and she was in my bed. So I was kind of oh, I guess Adelaide's in here. Because she has her own bed, but usually in the really early morning hours she will come in. Who was your first grade teacher? That was Mrs. Hakey at St. Paul. I also had my Aunt Julie as my reading and music teacher, I think, because we were split up, I'm pretty sure. And then where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? I know that I was on a plane as a baby. I don't know if it was from Fort Dodge to Killeen, Texas, or if it was from Killeen, Texas to Fort Dodge. I think it was from Texas to Iowa. So that was with my mom when I was itty bitty. So I don't remember it. The first plane ride I can remember was from Des Moines to Columbia, South Carolina, when I went to basic training. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? You're silly. My first best friend would have been Sam Rivera. We lived next door, and our parents were friends, and yeah, so she would have been my first best friend. Sweetie, it's going to get really annoying. Well, I'm talking, though. You can't talk while I talk, because then no one will be able to hear either of us. You can make your own video later, okay? You can stand there, though. We don't still talk. We haven't talked since high school. And we stopped being best friends in 4th grade or something. So, where was your first sleepover? I can almost be certain that was at my grandparents' house, but I don't know if that counts as a sleepover. So my first real sleepover was probably at my own house. So I had people over in 1st grade or something. The first person I talked to today would have been one of my daughters. Probably McKaylee, because she was up at crazy hours. And she kept coming in to tell me about stuff she was doing on a game on my phone. I don't know. She kept waking me up. I was I'm trying to sleep. It was, I don't know. She was up at really crazy hours. It was she almost didn't sleep. I know she slept because I saw her asleep for a while. But then she was up, just it was normal to be up at 3 in the morning. I don't know. Thankfully, she's old enough that I don't have to be awake when she's awake. Whose wedding were you in the first time? That would have been my Uncle Jim. I'm pretty sure I was the, instead of a flower girl and a ring bearer. Like, it was just 2 girls, so I was the ring bearer or bearess. I don't know what you call it. But then I was also a flower girl in my Uncle Jerome's wedding, and I think Jim's wedding was before Jerome's wedding. Pretty sure, but I can't really remember. So let's see. What was the first thing I did this morning? Usually the first thing I do every morning is go make my coffee, and then I do dishes while my coffee's cooling because I'm a baby and I can't drink my coffee too hot. So I probably started my coffee first, but I can't remember. What was the first concert you ever went to? I think I went to like a Sesame Street concert when I was really little, but my first like real concert was NSYNC in like 6th grade, I think.
I see me.
Yes, I see you. First broken bone. I've actually never broken a bone. I thought I broke my toe recently, like when I was, well, not recently, a year ago, when I was pregnant with Matilda, but I don't think it was actually broken. First piercing would have been my ears. I think that everyone's would be their ears, but then after that would have been my belly button. I can't remember, I don't know how old I was when I got my ears pierced. I think I was probably like 6 or 7. First foreign country you've gone to. I actually have never been outside of the country, so if we move to Germany, that will be my first foreign country, unless we stop in a different country on our way to Germany, like, as a deep, you know. Because I think my husband stopped in Amsterdam before going to Germany when he flew. Let's see, where was I? First movie you remember seeing? Well, like, in the movie theater, I remember going to Aladdin with my Uncle Jim and his wife and her granddaughter, I think it was, because she had kids from another marriage. I remember going to that with them. So I'm sure that I saw movies before then, but that one is like the first one I remember seeing in the movie theater. Let's see, where was I? Okay, when was your first detention? Probably in like 5th or 6th grade for not doing homework or something. I never really got in trouble in school, so. Who was your first roommate? That would be Leah Friedrich. When I went to Concordia, she was my roommate there, and David Northeast Top. I think that's what it was. If you had one wish, what would it be? It would be that we could skip through all of this paperwork stuff and just go live with Michael. I miss him so much, and I wish we could just live there now. I also wish that Matilda would stop trying to eat all my rechargeable batteries. Oh, that cannot be good for you. Okay. I need to find a new home for them because she always gets into them. Let's see. What is something you would learn if you had the chance? I really want to learn how to like garden and stuff. I want to make a vegetable garden and all that. And that's something I'm planning on learning. So I guess if I had the chance, that's what I would learn. What were the first lessons you ever took? Probably piano lessons. I think I was in gymnastics for like a really like 1 or 2 lessons. I don't even know if I did a whole like season or whatever. But yeah, piano lessons would be the first things I ever went through. Who was the first person beauty related on YouTube you ever watched? And this is because this is through the beauty, you know, people. Leanne says would be the first person on YouTube I ever watched. That's beauty related. I can't remember. Oh, I started watching her for my hair actually because I had really long hair and I had just combed out my dreads and I didn't know what to do with my long hair. So I would watch one of her tutorials about like this messy, dirty princess bun or something. I can't even remember. But now I watch her more for makeup than for anything else. So yeah, she's probably the one I watch the most too. Like I'm subscribed to a few others, but her page is the only one that I watch almost every video she makes because no matter what it's about, I know I'm going to enjoy listening to her because she is funny and she's someone that I think I would want to be friends with. So those are all the questions. I don't know who I'm going to tag. Maybe I'll look through some of my subscribers and people who comment, and I will tag a few people. So check below for your name. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.